This is a video on spiritual entertainment. I talked about the spiritual industrial complex before. Let's look at one facet of that. So, spiritual entertainment. Um, so there's so many spiritual practices out there now, which is brilliant, which is so cool. Like on any given day in Brighton, you can do so many kinds of yoga and keto and all these different meditation groups, and on the internet, it's just insane. It's just insane, like what's out there now. There's so much cool stuff out there. Um, and what I see is it's become kind of like a hobby, and I found myself in this as well, talking to people, almost like stamp collecting or like bird watchers do. Hey, I've seen that, I've done that, the tick list. Um, some like a middle class dinner party kind of boasting, kind of subtle boasting a way of looking at it. So there's the sort of mid, there's the what could we call this? So there's the entertainment side, the way in which people are distracting themselves from their life with spiritual practice, especially the types that are more exciting, jumping up and down and getting that kind of high, or show kind of style, or, whoever, getting that kind of high and distracting ourselves from our life. I call that spiritual entertainment, taking us away from life, away from reality. And I don't, it's funny because there is this tradition of taking one's via negativa, I think it's called, taking oneself out of the world in order to retreat, or even to be a monk, or nun, more permanently, more longer term. But it's something else, right? It's something else. There's an excitement to it. There's a way in which I think it's distracting from a lot of the social issues of the time. It's like climate change is literally going to destroy all life on Earth in like 100 years, kind of general scientific consensus. 100 to 150 years, I believe the general consensus at the moment. Certainly pretty catastrophic within my own lifetime. And yet, here we are doing fucking, handstands and yoga and all that kind of stuff. There's an entertainment in that. So the spiritual entertainment, and I think the other side of it is a sort of spiritual boasting. And again, I've definitely found myself guilty of this. There's a way in which it's kudos claiming that it's status claiming to have done some spiritual practice in more middle class communities. To have spent a year as a monk, or I did 3 years as Aikido full-time Aikido practitioner. It's a way in which people go, oh, they kind of respect that. It's a way of sort of subtly saying I'm better than you. So these are both types of spiritual materialism. This isn't a new idea, but I think not many people are speaking around the kind of entertainment side and the kind of boasting side. The spiritual industrial complex is the other side of that. Maybe I'll put that in another video. So yeah, interesting one, huh? Spiritual entertainment complex, and the kind of boasting, the status claiming of spirituality in the modern world. Both things that are one way to approach this, traps to fall into, I guess.